Hey everybody, it's me, Jennifer DeRozier, your favorite realtor. As promised, I have put together a market update for you, and there's a lot to cover, so I'm just going to dive right in. The first thing that I want to go over is all of the great news happening in the state of Florida in terms of real estate right now. Inventory and median prices are up for the third quarter in a row based on the same timing last year. So that's really exciting. That's a continued trend of growth. What we're seeing is an influx of residents to the state of Florida, roughly the size of Orlando each year. So about 906 people a month are moving into the state of Florida, and that keeps a steady supply of potential buyers in our market. So that's really exciting, and that's why we're seeing those median prices continue to rise. Year over year, as I mentioned in my little teaser yesterday, single-family home sales are up more than 4%. They are up 4.6% compared to this time last year. So that is also incredibly encouraging. Another thing that is probably helping that continued success in real estate here in Florida would be our historically low interest rates. You've probably seen a lot about this. I know every lender I've ever worked with is sending out updates. Rates have dropped again. Lock it in while it lasts. Right now, we're seeing 30-year conventional fixed-rate mortgages at about 3.6% on average. That is the lowest we have seen since 2016. So that's really exciting. And for now, I'm not seeing that any lenders are forecasting a significant rise in rates. So I don't want to say take your time, because then if it does rise, you'll all be mad at me. But basically, get your ducks in order. If you've been thinking about buying but you're not sure, or you don't know how it works, don't assume that you can't. Take advantage of these awesome rates and call your favorite realtor, and then we can put together a plan. If you're not ready now, then a great lender and a great realtor is all you'll need to make sure you can be ready soon enough to take advantage. And the last thing I want to touch on for right now is, well, actually, I've got two more things. One of them is there's a lot of hesitancy right now. I think that people are anxiously watching the economy and saying, well, should I really buy? What if there's another recession? So I'm not an economist, so I don't want to dig too deep on this. Basically, what I've seen is that other than that Great Recession of about 2007, which was triggered by the collapse of the housing and lending market specifically, other than that one isolated particular recession that was driven by the housing market, typically you don't see home values drop as low as they did for that particular hard time in American history. And I don't want to say that it will never happen again, but what I'm saying is economists expect that home values are going to hold and ride out even if another recession does come our way, because it wouldn't be housing-led. It is an economy-led recession if there is one coming. And again, I'm not an economist, I'm a real estate professional, but I thought it might be comforting to know that historically, the only time we've seen home values suffer significantly was during that housing-led recession of the early to mid-2000s, and no other time. So that's something. Bottom line, make sure when you're purchasing, you are getting a rate that you're comfortable with, that you understand all of the terms of your mortgage. Don't just sign your life away because you want a house, period. I did that in 2006, and it was a catastrophe. So learn from me both as a professional and as a human who made mistakes during that recession. Understand the terms of your mortgage. Ideally, if you're a first-time home buyer, I would urge you, as I urge all of my customers, to go for that fixed rate so you know what you're getting no matter what the economy does, and that's all I'll say about that. And now my final piece of information for you is a really exciting one. During that same conversation, thinking about first-time buyers, taking advantage of rates, and diving into a fantastic housing market in the state of Florida, the HUD has just decided that they're going to loosen all of their guidelines as far as purchasing using an FHA, which means an FHA loan is a type of government-backed mortgage that allows first-time buyers, not even just first-time buyers, really any buyer, to purchase a home with less down than if they were going the conventional route. So typically with an FHA, you are only required to put down 3.5% of the purchase price, which is not too much. And a lot of times you are also able to ask for seller assistance toward closing costs, and there's also other grant programs out there to help you as well if you are a first-time buyer. So that really opens a lot of doors. The trouble is, if you're looking for some low-maintenance properties like townhomes or condos, FHA loans didn't used to apply there. You weren't allowed to purchase a condo with an FHA without meeting incredibly high standards for the community, and a lot of those smaller communities just didn't qualify. But that's about to change, and I think that that's going to open a lot of doors for my first-time buyers and maybe even retirees who are looking for a small condo and didn't want to have to put down a huge chunk of money to get it. Now you don't have to, because FHA will qualify for some of those condos down here in Florida, and we have those everywhere. So that's going to open up a lot of doorways, and I'm thrilled to bring that to you. So that's a lot of information. Speaking of condos and townhomes, I do have a townhome about to hit the market. It is going to be priced at about $200,000, so keep an eye out for that. It's 3 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, 2-car garage in a gated community in Fort Myers, and my pictures are coming shortly, so I'll be throwing out some sneak peeks your way. If that sounds interesting to you, and you'd like to get in before I've got it officially listed, that's no problem. Just give me a shout and I will make it happen. And otherwise, I am here. I am working in the office all day long, so if you have questions or there's anything that I can do for you, don't hesitate to come my way. I will see you guys soon. Have a good day.